Rich People Problems by Kevin Kwan. Bettina Ortiz Guamina was not accustomed to waiting. A former Miss Venezuela and Miss Universe runner-up, of course, the exceedingly bronzed strawberry blonde was these days the wife of Miami auto parts tycoon, Herman Ortiz Guamina, and at every restaurant she chose to grace with her presence, she was always greeted with reverence and whisked to the exact table she desired. Today she wanted the corner table on the terrace at Sip Sip, her favorite lunch spot on Harbor Island. She wanted to sit on one of the comfy orange canvas director's chairs and stare out at the gently lapping turquoise waters while eating her kale Caesar salad, but there was a large noisy group taking up the entire terrace and they didn't seem in much hurry to leave. Bettina fumed as she glared at the tourists happily savoring their lunch in the sun. Look how tacky they were, the woman overly tanned, wrinkled and saggy, none of them properly lifted or Botoxed. She felt like walking up to their table and handing out her dermatologist's business cards. And the men were even worse. All dressed in all rumpled shirts and shorts, wearing those cheap straw hats sold at the trinket shop on Dunmore Street. Feeling that she had been patient long enough, Bettina stormed into the kitchen, the fringe on her crocheted Pucci caftan top shaking furiously as she made a beeline for the woman with a shock of pixie-cut blonde hair manning the main stove.
Julie, honey, what's a diario? I'll wait in more than 15 minutes for my table.
Bettina sighed to the owner of the restaurant.
Sorry, Bettina, it's been one of those days. The party of 12 on the terrace showed up just before you did.
Julie replied as she handed off a bowl of spicy con chili to waiting server.
But the terrace is your prime spot. Why on earth did you let those tourists take up all that space? Well, the tourist in the red fishing cap is the Duke of Glencora. His party just bought it over from Windermere. That is Royal Wisman you see moored off the coast, isn't it, in the most handsome sailboat you ever seen? I'm not impressed by big boats.
Bettina huffed, although secretly she was rather impressed by people with big title. From the kitchen window, she surveyed the party assembled on the terrace with new eyes. These aristo-British types were such a strange breed. Sure, they had their Seville Row suits and their heirloom tiaras, but when they traveled, they looked so painfully frumpy. It was only then that Bettina noticed three tan, well-built men in fitted white t-shirts and black Kevlar pants sitting at the adjacent table. The guys weren't eating but sat watchfully, sipping glasses of seltzer water.
I assume that's a Duke security detail? They couldn't be more obvious, don't they know that we're all billionaires here on Brilliant and this isn't how we're all?
Bettina tutted.
Actually, those bodyguards belong to the Duke's special guests. They did a whole sweep of the restaurant before the party arrived. They even searched my walk-in freezer, see the Chinese fellow seated in the end of the table?
Bettina squinted through her Dior Extase sunglasses at the portly, balding, 70-something Asian man dressed in a nondescript white short-sleeved golf shirt and gray trousers.
Oh, I didn't even notice him. Am I so supposed to be to know who he is? That's Alfred Sang.
Julie said in a hushed tone. Bettina giggled.
He looks like their chauffeur, doesn't he look like the guy that used to drive Jane Wyman around in Falcon Crest?
Julie, who was trying to focus on searing a cut of tuna to perfection, shook her head a tight-lipped smile.
From what I hear, that chauffeur is the most powerful man Asia. What is his name again?